Alright, hello everybody. I'm making another video because I was just asked to by somebody on another video that I made a long time ago. So I'm going to do my first 5, but mainly I'm just going to talk about what I think about the game so far. I don't really... Well, I have some teams I want to mess around with, but I'll do those at another time. But as for right now, I think just how I'm set up now is just perfectly fine. So, I still kind of like the Grace Note instead of the Cosmic Cardinal, but sometimes fights go on so long I run out of stamina. So. But in general, so the main things that have been going on now, you know, a lot of the sets that they just released haven't been as absurd as some of the previous ones, like, you know, there's no Mandible or Grace Note level item. As you can see, the opposing teams are largely the same. We're still fighting this guy, this girl, and I'm still using her, so I mean, what do you expect? I feel Star-Lord is really strong right now, still. And I don't think that's actually going to change anytime soon. Because he kind of got indirectly buffed. So yeah, the Dark Energy Blade is stupid. I don't think anybody's disputing that. Like, Protect in general have been, you know, they kind of came back into the meta really hard. You know, within the last few seasons. And then they're like, you know, to make sure it stays, let's make the best Protect item we've ever made. Well, that's intelligent, right? I mean, that's totally not ridiculous right now. So now that you have, you know, the most godlike Protect item ever, it prevents way too many things from happening. Its damage is bad. You know, that's perfectly fine, because no one cares about the damage. It's not what you had it for to begin with. You had it for the Protect, but you keep it over the others because it prevents ranged attacks and buff and debuffs. That's insane. I honestly think that's one of the strongest things I've ever seen them add. And that's saying a lot. Because, you know, I'm a person who has a synthetic cube, and you don't even see it on me. Because it really just doesn't compare to the Dark Energy Blade. It's not as good. Like, the utility that you get out of the, you know, the cube is always going to be pretty good. But it's not a quick action like the weather control device, which is why I have that instead. Like, I feel if you're running Tactician Snappy Service, then the cube is probably great, especially if you have, you know, the Tactician Safeguard suit. Which, you know, of course I do. I have all the suits, pretty much now. Well, all the ones that are worth anything. I don't have a handful of the older ones. Because I wasn't doing so well back then in the game. But now that I am, you know, I have pretty much all of them. I shouldn't have even activated that. It was unnecessary. What else? Oh, so new characters, of course. So I do have Red She-Hulk and Winter Soldier. So Red She-Hulk, I feel like she's... The fact that I'm delaying so long probably means I think she's bad, like deep down inside, and I don't want to say it. I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's somebody you want to throw in the deep end. I mean, there's quite a few energy attacks floating around here and there. You know, she's good, especially against those. You She's immune to radiation, which is... I'll take it or leave it. It's nothing that, nothing to write home about. She's all melee. Except I think her ground attack might not be listed as melee. I'd have to actually check. I'm betting it probably is. But being all melee is pretty risky right now. Like the whole issue, you know, these agents are just going to sit here and absorb you all day. I mean, you don't want that. That's really annoying to have to deal with every match. But it's going to be what you're going to deal with because that's how the meta has gone. You know, if you're not running a Bruiser Safeguard suit, you're kind of doing it wrong. I don't see why you would run anything else. Like, there's nothing else unless you're running like the new Squirrel Girl outfit, which, you know, I'll get to her in a minute, like a little bit. I haven't really played her yet. But unless you're running something like that, there's no point. Like, you would have to run another Protect that's really good, like a Colossus. You know, I probably should have killed her first, just to get rid of that damage nerf she's applying for free. He's probably dead. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat that she protects, I guess. She's generalist, that's decent. You know, she probably is alright. But, I mean, you need to be more than just alright for me to want to run you in PvP over somebody else. I mean, why would I run her over Red Hulk? You know, Red Hulk's protect is still really good. The amount it absorbs is insane sometimes. I'm not really sure what makes it absorb different amounts. It's probably bugged. And everyone stop running him. Seriously, it's not good anymore. I think we're all prepared. I think we all have Hexenjägers and Skeptics. Knock it off. Alright, but Squirrel Girl. If you did get her, I sure do hope you didn't get the Scrapper outfit, because let's be real, like I said, the meta is Bruiser, Safeguard, absorbing people. The last thing you want is for an all melee character to face one of them and then be the class that's countered. You know, that's just setting yourself up for failure. Isn't this the one with the 2 ISO slots? What did you put in there? Ow. But I think, you know, she wasn't terrible beforehand. You know, she was alright. Her damage was, you know, after a little bit of setup, her damage was pretty high. So it should still be pretty much the same case. Now it's just she's Tactician with an avoidance effect. You know? As much as avoidance effects can actually be useful, because there's lots of counters to those. If somebody has a Rudimoroth, like it's gone. I do want to mess with her tomorrow with her synergy with Howard the Duck, who I have both of them at 15. So I'll try that then. And then I'll be able to say, you know, something more concrete about it than I can right now. I should have shot her. What am I doing? I'm talking and not paying attention. Winter Soldier. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about him right now. I feel like potential is definitely there. I'm just not sure exactly what he's supposed to do. Or, not really what he's supposed to do, but who he's supposed to be set up with. Because, from what I see, he's supposed to be set up with either someone with some magnetization like, you know, Magneto, agent with Solar Storm, or Rescue. You apply some dots, you apply some debuffs, toss some blast mines on them and blow everybody up. I mean, you could just brute force them with all the follow-ups and counters, but I mean, that's slow, and I don't think that's really what he was intended to do, because, you know, you do have those blast mines for a reason. And, you know, because of that, I just feel like the blast mines, maybe they're supposed to be like his, I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Like it feels like that he has like two play styles. Let's put it that way. Like the one play style is just that supporting offensive character who just kind of, you know, joins in and punches and shoots people on occasion. But he doesn't necessarily, you know, just blow everything away like that. But he's useful. And he helps the team that way. But he's not really the driving force. You know what I mean? But like with the right setup, like I said, you know, you put on the Paragon and the attrition debuffs, and you toss some blast mines on them, and people disintegrate. I mean, that's like a one-shot. It's pretty much the same thing you get out of Fixer. And you can also get Fixer's mines to be magnetized as well, which is cool. And I feel like that's a cool setup, except for all the worthies make that, you know, a pain. Because you look at her, and it's like, okay, well, you try to put on attrition, no poison, no radiation, no bio, no burning, no chilled. And that's most of what the attrition is. And then when you add, like, you know, let's say your agent has a Skeptic or a Hexenjäger, you know, which they do about 50% of the time, I'd say. Just throwing out a rough estimate. Let's say 50. If they have one of those, then all the magic attrition debuffs can't even apply. So no Dark Void, no Soul Fire, no nothing like that. So then what are you left with? And honestly, you're left with a bunch of nothing left. I mean, you know, if she's on the field, you're not damaging her. You know, you bleeds. But then if it's null, then there's another set of things you can't do to him. So you can't even apply the same things to each person. And then you just, you know, you're kind of stuck. And as you see, like, she's not uncommon. And he's resistant, because, you know, Colossus is resistant to most of that stuff too. So it seems like the mind method may not be very good. Or it may just be situational. So maybe you just have to analyze your opponent at the start of the match. And then just determine what you want to do from there. Which, that's cool, I guess. I mean, at least you have the option. You have the option to either, you know, use the mines as your primary source, or, you know, go about it brute force and punching and shooting. You know, he's an infiltrator. That's a good class right now. Because, you know, Scrapper's out of the picture. Unless you're her. She's like the only Scrapper that... Or her and, who's that one? Female Quicksilver. Spitfire, that's her name. You know, those two are like the two really good ones. Let me just look through the list here to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So we'll talk about all these things this video and then mess with other things. Boomerang, yeah, no. Jessica Jones, I didn't really feel too great about. And I don't think anybody else did either. I still have not heard anyone say anything about Misty Knight. I've seen her in PvP a couple times, but magic warding does her in. So she's pretty much irrelevant to the magic warding. You know, I think I actually booted her down to A tier in my tier list, because now it's just gotten to the point where they just keep nerfing her unnecessarily, and it's kind of ridiculous. And I put Colleen in A tier, because she's one of the few I did mess with, so I still need to really get a verdict on Howard and these two done. But I put her in A tier. You know, we're just gonna throw her into a fight. Who do I want to really replace, though? You know what? Because, like, she's all melee, I need Star-Lord for the ranged. So we're gonna do that real quick. Where are you at? There you go. Blaster, yep. Okay, so I rarely run without Karuth anymore, because there's no reason not to have her on your team. She's still the best character in the game. I'm just going to say that right now. I mean, I don't think there's that much debate over it. I don't imagine anyone else who you could possibly argue is better than her. And I think I took her out of her own tier. Did I? I might have. I'll have to double check. Alright, so the thing I like about Colleen is that she's really simple. Pretty much the only thing you're really going to be doing is this to kill people. You don't really need to do that because that'll automatically happen. And then this if people are stacking buffs. Like if you're fighting him and he does his protect, then you want to do this and it knocks his protect out and you don't have to worry about it anymore. This impeding Aijutsu, I guess that's how it's pronounced, that is just so strong. I mean, he's Blaster. Like, even as Blaster, he doesn't hit me hard enough to outdo the damage. To outdo the absorb. Well, look, stop him right there. And I'm not sure why he doesn't have a, bruiser suit on. I don't know why you would run a Blaster agent. I guess maybe he was hoping that he could just beat up a bruiser team. But I mean, that doesn't really happen. Yes. No, you can't impair him because he's got the safeguard suit. So I guess that's cool. Alright. So no matter what I do, I'm gonna end up hitting him, causing him to absorb. So I'm just going to make sure I can wipe out the agent. Cut their damage down. Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. I don't know why I've been absorbed that many times. Wow. And he missed. So that's great. So like I said, he has his protect on. So we just want to knock that out. Thank you for that unstable stuff. Got our 12% of a plan. And we just go again with this. For some reason she's not getting any follow-ups, that's kind of rare. None of these guys are magic. But I can at least take him out. Wow! This is like the no follow-up day, are you kidding me? No counter? Is she nerfed? I mean, what happened? I swear, like beforehand she was just like jumping in all over the place and messing people up. Today she's just kinda... I don't think he has a single bleed on him right now, does he? So this would probably do a little bit of nothing. So we'll just give him some of this. Oh yeah, he's out. Because I have die hemorrhaging because there's no reason not to. She's gonna swing so many times, it's not even funny. You know, I think she may even be pretty good to run with Electra. If you really just wanted to run a full bleed-based team, that might be something I might try out in the video. You know, assuming I make one. I should make one because there's no reason for me not to. One battle. Yeah, so I'm not close to getting Lizard, really. I'm just gonna go through this really quick, show you where I am. So I filled up the bonus bar for like the 7th comic. Meaning I'm probably going to have to fill it up again for the last one before I get him, which is annoying. But, nothing I can do about that. You know, I'm just sitting on these. I'm not doing any more group bosses because there's no point. Unless I need silver, which clearly I don't. So yeah, for the most part, nearly everything else is pretty much the same. I'm running into the same teams. You know, there's still some Emma Frost players floating out there. There's still quite a bit of Colossus. So one Scrapper Colossus, don't do that. That's... You're taking out the whole reason people are running Colossus when you run them Scrapper. You're like, you don't want the Atomic Buster. You want the Phoenix 5 because you want the healing and extra damage reduction so people can't touch you. And you want the Absorb on melee because... I mean, when you're not taking any damage and you self-heal normally, healing even more and becoming even tankier, you can't go wrong. And get the covered, you know, AISO so that people take half damage on top of all the other damage reduction you throw on. And there's really not much that can hit you. And for some reason, his Phoenix 5 passive is unremovable now. You know, if it procs on somebody, they get it the whole turn and you can't take it off. That's kind of silly. But that's just the way things go. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And, yeah, I'll try to see you guys again tomorrow. I'll try. Don't be mad if you don't see me.